Hello folks, welcome to my channel once again. Myself Ranjit. So in today's class, I would be explaining about the knapsack problem using dynamic programming method. So how can we solve this knapsack problem by using dynamic programming method? It is a laboratory experiment on design and analysis of algorithms. Let us see the program. As we know, always the execution of a Java program starts from main method. Where is the main method? Okay. Public static void main string args. As I said, this scanner class acts as a scanf, acts like a scanf which you use in case of C language. Here we are not using scanf. Instead of scanf, we are using scanner class. So since we are going to use scanner class, we have included a package here that says import java.util.star. When I say import java.util.star, all the classes in that util package will be imported. So one of the such classes is scanner class. So this scanner class is mainly used like a scanf function. It is going to accept some input through the keyboard. Right. System.out.println, I'm going to ask enter the number of items. Enter the number of items. Now, if we take an example while explaining this program, it says enter the number of items. Now, how many number of items I'm taking? I'm just taking this example and I'm explaining the program. Enter the number of items. So I'll take 4. N is equal to 4. So I will accept it through this statement. Int n is equal to ssc dot next int. So n is equal to 4. 4 would come and sit inside n. Since there are 4 items here, 4 would come and sit inside n. Next it says system.out.println, enter the item weights. Enter the item weights. So I'll enter the item weights. This weight is an array here. It contains a set of weights. So I have to define an array here. Int weight, single dimensional array I'm defining here. Int weight is an array. New int of n. Whatever is the n value, I'm going to pass inside this array subscript. As an array subscript, I'm going to pass that value. So 4 weights will be stored. 4 weights will be stored inside weight array. That is, these 4 weights will be stored inside weight array. Next it says int I is equal to 0, I less than n. As long as the number of items I reach, that means here there are 4 items, so I need to accept 4 items, 4 weights. So I is equal to 0. 0 less than 4, condition is true. When the condition is true, what should I do? To this weight array, I'll take this value and I'll fetch this value from the keyboard and I'll store it in wt of I. I is equal to 1, increment I by 1, I becomes 1. 1 less than 4, condition is true. So take the next element and store in this array. Next, increment I becomes 2. 2 less than 4, condition is true, then take the next element. 3 less than 4, condition is true, then take the next element and store it inside weight of I. 4 less than 4, condition is false. What happens when the condition is false? The control comes out of the for loop and ultimately it is going to ask system.out.println, enter the items values. These are the items values. Again, I'm going to declare an array called as val, and through this for statement, I am going to fetch the values of val array. For val array, I'm going to fetch the values for val array. Now, if we see here, now these are the values 12, 10, 20, 15 respectively. These values would be stored inside val of I array, val array. So for each and every value of I starting from 0 till 3, I'm going to store the value of particular, I'm going to store that particular value inside val array. All those values would be stored inside val array. Next, it will ask enter the maximum capacity. This is the maximum capacity. Capacity W is equal to 5. Enter the maximum capacity. Int W is equal to sc dot next int. Whatever maximum capacity I'm going to enter through the keyboard, that would be fetched through the scanner class, and it would be stored inside W variable. Next, it is going to print system.out.println, the maximum value that can be put in a knapsack of capacity W is. This statement would be printed in the output, and this method will be called knapsack dp W small capital W, WT, val, and small n. So once I call this method, what happens? Now let us do understand the logic of this program with a simple example. So what I'm going to do is, while explaining the logic actually, if we see the output would be in the box like this in the dynamic program, we will use the formula and we'll fill the values inside the box. We will fill the values inside the box. So I am going to explain this row and how to fill this row, and filling rest of the values is very similar to fill that we have understood previously. Filling rest of the values is very similar to how we have filled in the previous iterations. Okay, so if I take up entire program and if I take up explain, it works for all the formulae. And if I'm trying to find the values of if I'm trying to find all these values inside the box, it takes a huge amount of time. So I would be explaining you to fill the values inside this first row and second row. Rest of the values you can fill it by yourself once you have understood this tracing, right? We shall look into the tracing part. Okay, public class knapsack. Public class knapsack. Remember, in the main method, we are not going to create an object of this class. Why? Because wherever we have implemented the actual logic of this dynamic programming knapsack problem, in that method we have declared it as static. And there are two static methods here. If we have to call any static method, we are not supposed to create an object of that particular class where those static methods are residing. If we have to call those static methods that are present in knapsack class, we are not supposed to create any object of that class. Okay, without creating an object of that class, we can call the methods inside that class. Static methods can be called without creating an object of the class where they are present in. Now you can see knapsack class contains two static methods, that is static int max, static int knapsack. So here parameters will be passed, and capital W is the maximum capacity of the knapsack. We can see here, if we observe here, this capital W is the maximum capacity of the knapsack, and int WT is this array, that is 2135, whatever values are there, 2133 I guess, yes 2132 it is. So this is WT array. Int val array is, this is what is val array, this column is val array. Int n is equal to 4 items are 4, 1 2 3 4, 4 number of items, so n is equal to 4. I'm going to declare two variables, int I comma w, int I comma w. Next, I am going to create a two-dimensional array. Two-dimensional array in the sense it is a matrix. I'm going to create a matrix. I'm going to create a matrix. I'm going to declare a matrix here. I'm not going to create a matrix. I'm going to declare a matrix. Declare a matrix K, or declare a two-dimensional array K, and you should have such number of rows, that is, number of rows should be 1 greater than number of items. Number of items is 4, n is equal to 4, right? So 4 plus 1 is 5, int of 5. And what is the value of W? Capital W is 5. 5 plus 1 is 6. So number of rows should be 5 and number of columns should be 6. If we see here in the result, this is what we have defined. We have not yet filled the values. Remember, we have just declared a matrix or a two-dimensional array. You can see 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 5 rows and there are 6 columns. We will create a matrix or a two-dimensional array and we will keep it for filling the values in the further steps. Next, what we do? We are going to find these values. We are going to find these values. First row values we are going to find. How do we find that? Here we have declared two variables, I and small w. Again we have declared an array. Now, initially I is equal to 0. 0 less than or equal to 4. Condition is true. When the condition is true, what should I do? I should come to this step. I should come to this step. If I come to the step, that step, if we take up an example here, yes. 0 less than or equal to 4, condition is true. You can see here 0 less than or equal to 4, condition is true. When the condition is true, what should I do? I'll check, I'll come to the inner for loop. W is equal to 0, 0 less than or equal to 5, condition is true. When the condition is true, what will I do? I'll execute the statements within the for loop. Now I'm going to check if I is equal to 0. Yes, I is obviously 0. I is obviously 0. I is obviously 0, or W is equal to 0. In fact, here both of them are 0. So what happens? I'll fill, if any one of this is 0, doesn't matter for me. I'm going to fill K of I of W is equal to 0. What is K of I of W? If you see here, K of I value is 0 and W value is 0. K of 0 is 0. So if you observe here, whatever value we have got in the matrix, that is K of 0 is 0. Next we shall see, we have executed this statement within the for loop. If this is not executed, this would be executed. If these two are not executed, this statement would be executed. But fortunately for us, the first statement itself got executed. Next, what we are going to do is we are going to increment the value of W. The value of W would become 1. 1 less than or equal to 5. Condition is true. When the condition is true, what should I do? I should check. If I is equal to 0 or W, obviously I is 0. Any one of them is 0. Either of I or W are 0. Then I'm going to fill this K of I of W is equal to 0. That is what? 0, 1 is 0. Again, we go back to the for loop. W becomes 2. 2 less than or equal to 5. Condition is true. Once again, this statement would get executed. That is 0, 2 is 0. Next, what I'm going to do? I'm going to increment W. W becomes 3. 3 less than or equal to 5. Condition is true. When the condition is true, I is equal to 0 or W is equal to 0. K of I of W is 0. Next, I'll increment W. W becomes 4. 0 less than or equal to 4. Condition is true. 0 less than or equal to 5. Condition is true. Sorry, 4 less than or equal to 5. Condition is true. When the condition is true, what will I do? I'm going to execute this statement. I'll check. I is equal to 0 only. Yes, one of them is 0. Either of I or W is 0. So what I'll do? I'll fill K of I of W, that is K of 0 of 4 is equal to 0. Next, I'll increment W. W becomes 5. 5 less than or equal to 5. Condition is true. When the condition is true, I'll check. If I is equal to 0 or W is equal to 0, I is equal to 0. So I'll fill K of 0 of 5 is equal to 0. By the end of this for loop iterations, I have filled the entire first row of this matrix. If you see the computation here, it would be really easy for you guys to understand. You can see here 0 less than 5, true. So true. K of 0 is 0. K of 0, 0 is 0. Next, K of 0, 1 is 0. K of 0, 2 is 0. Ultimately, if we compute all the values, it would be K of 0, 3 is equal to 0. K of 0, 4 is equal to 0. K of 0, 5 would be equal to 0. K of 0, 5 would be equal to 0. Next what we do is, next we will be incrementing the value of I. We'll be incrementing the value of I. So what happens if we increment the value of I becomes 1. 1 less than or equal to 4. Condition is true. When the condition is true, I'll come to this inner for loop and I'll initialize the value of W to 0. 0 less than or equal to 5. Condition is true. When the condition is true, what will I do? I will try if I can execute this statement, that is I is equal to 0 or W is equal to 0. Yes, W is equal to 0. One of them is 0. So I'll execute this statement, that is K of 1 of 0. If you see the output here, K of 1 of 0. K of 1 of 0 is 0. K of 1 of 0 is 0. Next, I'll try finding this value, that is K of 1 of 1. K of 1 of 1. K of 1 of 1. So I value would be 1. W is equal to 1. I'll increment W. W becomes equal to 1. 1 less than or equal to 5. Condition is true. When the condition is true, what will I do? I'll check if I is equal to 0, I is not 0, W is also not 0. Then I'll come here, I'll check. Weight of I minus 1, weight of I minus 1 means I value is 1. 1 minus 1, if we see the computation here, so weight of, so k of 1 of 0 is 1. Then I'm going to check weight of, one second. Else if weight of I minus 1, weight of I minus 1 means, weight of I minus 1 means here, I value is 1, 1 minus 1 is 0, 1 minus 1 is 0. So weight of 0, what is weight of 0? This is weight of 0. Weight of 0 is, this is weight of 0. 0. Now you have to consider this first row as 0th row, first row, second row, and third row respectively. 0, 1, 2, 3. So weight of 0 is 2. Weight of 0 is 2. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to compute the value here. If you see, weight of 0 is 2. Weight of 0 is 2. Come down. 2 less than or equal to. Now what does the program say? Program says that weight of 0 is 2. 2 less than or equal to 5. Condition is true. When the condition is true, what should happen? This statement inside the else if block should get executed. That is k of 1 of k of 1 of 1. That is k of 1 of 1 is equal to k of 1 of 1 is equal to k of 1 of 1 is equal to, now next if we see here, we shall go to the next page. Okay, 2 less than or equal to 5, condition is true. So this statement is also not executed. So it will come to the else block. Weight of 0 is 2. Weight of 0 is 2. 2 less than or equal to 5. Condition is true. When the condition is true, I have to find out the value of k of 1 of 2. So is equal to maximum of value of 0. Maximum of value of 0 plus k of 0 of 2 minus weight of 0. If we compute, if we take up this program, if we take up this program here, I value of I is 1, 1 minus 1 is 0. So value of 0, value at 0th index is, if we see now, where do we get the value from? We will get the value from this is the value. We will get the value from this. So value is 12. 12. Value is 12. So value at 0 is 12 plus k of I minus 1. I minus 1 means 1 minus 1, 0. 0 of W is 5. 5 minus weight of 1 minus 1. Weight of 1 minus 1 is, we can see here, weight of 1 minus 1, that is weight of 0 is 2. 2. 5 minus 2 is 3. That is k of 0 of 3, comma, k of 0 of 5. K of 0 of 5 is, if we see in the table here, k of 0 of 5 is 0. So we are going to fill k of 0 of so k of 0 of 5 is 0. So if we fill this k of, we get 3 minus 2, 1, k of 0 of 1, k of 0 of 3. 12 plus k of 0 of 1 is 0. 12 plus 0 is 12. K of 0 of 5 is 0. K of 0 of 3 is 0. Among 12 and 0, which is the maximum? Maximum is 12. So we fill k of 1 of 3 is equal to 12. Now if we take up k of 1 of 2, actually I missed here calculating the value of k of 1 of 2. How do we calculate it? It's very simple. Here I'm going to find out k of 1 of 2 is equal to maximum of value of 0 plus k of 0 of 2 minus weight of 0 comma k of 0 of 2. So what is the value at 0? That is 12 as seen in the table. If we see this table here, that is value at 0. Value at 0 is 12. So value at 0 is 12. So we substitute the value of 12, that is we substitute the value to 12 here, 12, and k of 0 of 2 minus weight of 0. Weight of 0 is 2. So 2 minus 2 is 0. It will be k of 0 of 0. What is k of 0 of 0? In the table, if we observe, k of 0 is 0. Next, what we are going to do is, we are going to substitute for k of 0. After substituting, we will check k of 0 of 2. That is also 0. Among 12 and 0, the maximum is 12. So by now, we have computed these three values. We have found out this. In fact, everything would be 12. If you follow the same procedure again and again, you would get the same values for 4 and 5 respectively. So, okay. Now, if we take up the program here, the I loop deals with the rows of the matrix. The W loop deals with the columns of the matrix. So as long as we reach the end of 4th row and as long as we reach the end of 5th column, we are at the end of 5th column, we are going to process these statements within the for loop. Like this, we take the value of I as 0 and we compute the values for value of W from 0 to 5. And ultimately we take 1 from again 0 to 5, we take 2, to under 2 we take 0 to 5, under 3 we take 0 to 5, under 4 we take 4 is less than 4, less than or equal to 4, condition is true. So under 4 we take 0 to 5 and we compute these values. If in case this statement is true, this statement would get executed. If else if block is true, this statement would get executed. If else block is true, else this statement would get executed. Like this, if we take up the tracing of the program, okay. Next is, we will take the value of W as 4. 4 less than or equal to 5. Condition is true. Next, I'll check weight of 0. Weight of 0 is 12. Sorry, weight of 0 is 2. 2 less than or equal to 4. Condition is true. When the condition is true, what will I do? I'll calculate the value of k of 1 of 4. That is maximum of value of 1 minus 1. 1 minus 1 is 0. Plus k of 1 minus 1. That is 0 of 4 minus weight of 0 is 2. 4 minus 2 is 2. So that is what I have computed here, k of 0 of 4. If we look into the table here, it would be maximum of 12 plus k of 0 of 2 is k of 0 of 2 is 0 and 12 plus 0, 12 plus 0 is 12. And if we take up, okay, if we take up k of 0, if we take up k of 0 of 4, k of 0 of 4, k of 0 of 4 is also 0. So 12 comma 0. Among these two, the maximum is 12. So k of 1 of 4 is equal to 12. K of 1 of 4 is equal to 12. So next we are going to find out the value of k of 1 of 5. How do we find out that? W is equal to 5. 5 less than or equal to 5. Condition is true. When the condition is true, what should I do? I should execute the if statement within the program. So I'm checking here. Now what will I do? I'll compare. 5 less than or equal to 5 condition is true. I'll check if I is equal to 0, W is equal to 0. No, none of them are true. So this statement would not get executed. Now the control will come to this else if block. Among this else if block, I'm going to check weight of I minus 1. I minus 1 is 1 minus 1, 0. So weight of 0 less than or equal to 5. What is weight of 0 value? It is 2. 2 less than or equal to 5. Condition is true. When the condition is true, I should execute this statement. Now what happens if I execute this statement? That is, it becomes maximum of value of I minus 1. I minus 1 minus 1 is 0 plus k of I minus 1, that is 1 minus 1. W minus k of W k of 1 minus 1, and that is next is W minus weight of 1 minus 1. Weight of 1 minus 1 is 0. Weight of 0 is so weight of 0 would be 2. W is 5. 5 minus 2 is 3. 5 minus 2 is 3. That is what we have got here. Ultimately, we will compute 12 plus k of 0 of 3 is 0 and k of 0 of 5 is also 0. So 12 plus k of 0 of 3 is 0. 12 plus 0 is 12. 12 comma 0. Among them, the maximum is 12. So I am going to fill k of I am going to fill k of 1 of 5 is equal to 12. Hope you guys have understood. Right. So next step is, so once we compute the value, we, okay. Next what we do is, like this, in this lecture, I have shown you how to compute the first row and second row values. Similarly, on the similar lines, you can compute the values of other rows and other columns. You know, you can compute the values of other rows and other columns. These values can also be computed in the same manner. And ultimately, we get this optimal solution. That is 37 is the optimal solution. So if we look into the program, after we compute all the values in the table, what we are going to do is, we are going to return this k of n of w. We are going to return this k of n of w and whatever, and it would be printed by using this system.out.println function. So whatever value that is being returned by this method call in this statement, that would be printed as output on the screen. So here we have used max method here, max of value of I. Now how does it get executed? Very simple. It is going to check int a comma int a int b. If a is greater than b, it prints a. If a is less than b, then else it prints b. A is greater than b, it prints a. If a is less than b, it prints b. So that's all, friends, and keep waiting for my next set of lectures. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for listening.